I can show you the world.
Or at least the Mwagi jungle.
Dark and dingy jungle.
Don't worry, we've got the ganja. Gripply ganja.
I haven't seen any ganja here. I've been here for quite some time.
Oh, it is crazy.
Pass the totem to the left-hand side.
There you go. Pass the totem to the left-hand side. He slides down like a Muppet. I make the athletics check. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to Raw Banter. Now, these guys usually get 10 to 30 minutes on their own as we trickle into the room. So I used to beat them here. Now I don't. So I always come in mid-conversation, let them have their own special bro bonding time, though they're talking about things like manly things like construction, colonoscopies, and things and such, and gaming.
Much more manly than a 30-foot camera being shoved up your bumhole.
What was that?
2-foot camera.
Doesn't get much more manly than a 30-foot camera being shoved up your bumhole.
Well, you know, if it's on a television for more than 3 nurses to see, it's not gay. Anyway, taking us over.
It is copyright infringement.
I think everything we do is copyright.
Oh, something was being infringed, that's for sure.
So
maybe that's why I was signing a release.
So speaking of, I can show
That's what the release was really for, Doug. That's what it was really for.
I last episode, 3 episodes ago, I was so engrossed with this dragon, I forgot it could fly. This thing could have flew.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Just no, but just out of curiosity, how many fly spells are you packing there, Matt? Sorcerer Matt?
I can cast, I believe 3.
You did 2, so you get 3 guys in the air.
Double check.
And we had the 2 guys flanking, so I'm thinking the outcome eventually would have been the same.
Yes, 3 times.
Just in case I get any hate mail from other GMs or whatever going, why didn't you make it fly? You could have done this.
Also
what you know?
Share slots of other spells I want to use too. So I'm not going to be throwing out 3 flies.
No, but what I'm saying is, if I'd made it airborne, more than half the party could have got airborne. The 3 guys were attacking it, so same, say relative outcome. I mean, even if we had Joe, right? You probably would have gone down faster. So,
true.
I'm not going to rewind and demand that one of the coolest encounters. I was actually rather happy with it.
I think we should. People have almost died
because I have
been
not
close
yet
for a couple.
Dragon. Yeah, there's not really a lot of pulling punches. Like I'm okay.
So now it's time to award XP. Fa-bam! That's right. 90 for the beta, 40 for the yellow pillar because you guys are taking those down ever so faster, which brings you guys up to 680 each.
Ooh.
Out of 1,000. You're getting there. Now, mistakes were made, and you're inching ever so closer to what Reddit and the internet is calling an easy TPK, the mine. Once you guys enter the mine, you enter an enclosed multi-encounter environment. And as kind, I read it, as kind and as lazy and as -4 perception distracted a lot of these morons are. There's some nasty shit in here. And if you wake this thing up, these things come running. And yeah, I could see why there's a lot of TPKs, but I'm sure that the way they present the material, that there's plenty of chance for you guys to, like, you don't just bowl through a clearing and go, there's a totem, what do we do? Who's sneaking? There's an entrance, there's a approach, there's a chance for you guys to strategize. And I suggest you do, because dwarven stealth will get you killed, and that's all I'm gonna say. So, oh, sorry, go ahead, Joe.
That's what we have.
So Dungeons and Sons next week, 2 weeks. Looking forward to. No, there's been back and forth about if there's a TPK. Do we drop the show? Is this as far as we got? Do we shelf it at least till Frank comes back and Theowen can rebuild or whatever? I was surprised to hear part of the internet. Like I thought this was their Rune Lords for second edition. This was their big launch. But now I'm hearing people going, it's not so great. It was their first try. Other ones are better. And then we've got people like Matt's buddy, other people going, no, this is the bomb. Like, why go off and play blah, blah, blah.
I've just heard the same complaint. The jungle section was too long.
Yeah.
That's everybody who's played through is just like, man, you spent so long in the jungle. He's like, but the rest of it seems like it goes so much faster.
Maybe it changes up locales. I could see that they could shore this map up. Just take the bottom right corner and drag it to the top left corner and just keep everything on one side of the river.
Leave friggin' breadcrumbs. Each totem has a map to the next totem. Like, you want to speed the process? It's so easy to do that.
No. Things like the free
Make
archetype.
it something that has to be deciphered.
No. Things that the free archetype rule you guys talked me into is usually given to parties of 3, not parties of 5. And now Doug's extending his
4.
Yeah, well now Doug's extending his cameo. And you guys are coming along very nicely with your tactics, even without Joe present, as you have proved. And I still give you guys the benefit of the doubt on a lot of, not just rulings, but a lot of encounters or whatever that I've either fudged in your honor or error, or you guys get lucky, or, there has been times where the dice gets the better of you, but you guys always manage to turn it around. And I think that, not see the pants, but, digging in and not having everything just fall over ass and ears.
Like almost every encounter.
Yeah,
for the
but
last...
doesn't that make the levels worth it, man?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. These are challenging fights now, and I'm starting to notice that they're more challenging.
Yeah,
Lobrack needs some healing from that last one. I don't even think we did much but end the last session.
No, we just plowed through it. We were really excited to finish a combat in one run.
It was like a 2-hour episode that should have been 130. So I didn't even give out XP. You guys are here. We are, looking at a great big dragon carcass that we want to sell. No, it's a little person. Oh. Poke it till it turns back so we can have some components.
People.
Get some scales.
Bat people, the civilians or whatever they're called.
Did we search them?
We killed civilians.
They're like a bunch of naked Morbiuses. I gave you guys all the treasure.
It's a culture.
You guys searched the area. Do you remember we had Lobrack brush a wall and everything spilled out? He's so happy because he could hide the fire opals. They're mine now. They could take this other crap.
Didn't find anything.
And then we got into talking about Fantasy Grounds where...
everything, thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sure there's the secrets of Lobrack. Screw Dumbledore.
Look, I have become more honorable. With
Dude,
okay.
Whatever I'm not.
Lobrack is one of the few characters that did not see first level. If you die, I don't mind doing a prequel series and let you play him up to 5th. How I got here. And I'm immortal because obviously I'm in this other game, right? Yeah. But you know what?
No more prequel series for me. Nobody.
No more.
So the whiny years of Lobrack.
The whiny years. The wonder years. The whiny.
So on this like main Milwaukee map, we're in that far bottom totem square.
I shall mark you with the red X of death. You are here.
We are there. Okay.
You're there. There you are. Bottom right corner. Not much map. Actually.
All right. How much time would it take for us to systematically?
That was the other thing we needed to talk about.
I just want to open this sucker up.
You guys have been in the jungle for 35 days.
Okay. Wow.
I spent 2 nights researching all the building, all the construction. I sent you guys a very script email where I actually did the math in gold for you, so you could just call them down and go, okay, if we go for this option, if we want a living room. Anyway, I got to a point of 50 days and I stopped. Because after 50 days, you guys start like building battlements and, like serious stuff to fortify, where right now you guys are just trying to repair, clean up, push it back together. And because you've been here 35 days, you've barely got that done because it takes all these chores take anywhere from 2 to 16 days each. So I worked out something with the goblins that I thought was fun because we joked about them. When you hire labor, it's a gold piece a day. And when you hire the supplies you got to buy to do the work, it's like a gold piece a day. And then if it's something specific, some of these tasks, which is most of them where you need a stonemason or Theoan or, blah, 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 is another 5, right? And we hired the guy from Tuscan Hammer. So I worked it all out, and I'm like, well, you guys were saying, no, goblins free labor. And I'm thinking, it's like, okay, so instead of 2 gold a day, they work for free because they want to live here. So that saves you a gold piece. But they use up 50% more supplies in being inefficient, accidents. So for 1.5 gold a day instead of 2, you save money. And because they screw up sometimes, it costs you 50% more in days. Yeah. So after 35 days, you guys only would have been as far along as the chart says after 20. So if you guys really want to save money, it's going to cost you more time.
So what we need is to hire like an orc supervisor who can keep the goblins in line. And teach them how to do it right.
You got bricklayers that do shoddy
we've got
work.
money now. We can actually hire crews.
Oh yeah, no, this
do this stuff and just have the goblins convert into like servantry.
Yeah. So anyway, I'd left it open, and we talked about
goblin guards, the little monk goblin troop. They're all guards. Yeah. Don't put them to work fixing stuff. Just have them.
No. They're going to be scouts. They're going to be always ranging about the grounds.
They're like our pets.
Well, and if they don't all come back,
we don't have hounds. We don't have hounds.
6 of them are very busy being your disciples and doing a work regiment. Right?
The goblins.
Yeah, think about that. A bunch of goblin monks.
We used to domesticate them all the time.
You guys haven't used the goblins since Miros was actually there on site trying to do one wall, and I've kind of left it because we didn't get into those, right? So when you guys come back, we didn't cover the last time you guys were in town. I left off Miros wandering back to the Citadel, right? It would be like, so at this point it'd be a flashback because we're like 3 or 4 episodes later, right? Yeah, we don't have to do it. We don't have to do it tonight, but when we do, that'll be a point where, ladies and gentlemen, audience listeners, that these guys have had a chance off air to like discuss, make business decisions about who's where, what they're going to hire, so I've laid it all out for them, and they're still, but it's so in this way it's relevant to like it's working on itself, but you're not missing out. We have lots of time we need to actually spend, and you guys are actually pretty good with money right now, so. Yep. As long as you keep the money coming in.
I mean, we could always use more. Let's be honest here, Jeff.
I'm terrible.
I know, but what I'm saying is like it's not like you gotta get back there and hurry up and fix it, because it takes them so many days, like 50 days, and you guys have only been gone 35, and that's just to get the place solid. So you guys have got time, so adventure on, right? Once I figured out that part of the math, it's like, okay, this is done. Send off the email, done. So you guys just slew a race of a black dragon that does not have legs. It's a giant serpentine body and little bat wings, and technically maybe it could fly, and it squeezed the crap out of you and could even still attack with the end of its tail while squeezing somebody, which I thought was really cool. It's called the 8 coils, much to the orc's chagrin, but you were victorious, and it turned to a woman, and all the anime jokes came up. But after a while, good kick, it reverts back to spell components. I mean, a giant carcass that you guys could probably, sell. I mean, at least teeth, eyes, couple scales,
Oh, yeah.
Something, right? And here we are way down in the corner. And you guys, as Doug said, need to heal, because it's like right after the combat, this episode, right? You guys need to heal. Here's your XP, ka-ching, move on, somewhere safe. Like, still within the same hex, obviously, but maybe not on site, unless you guys actually want to use this temple as a fortified something.
No.
Nope.
I think we should move on.
Okay.
I thought we had already done we'd already done all that, and then we did the fight with the demon bat things.
Yeah. The bat people. Remember? That was the one we rushed through.
They came up after we.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It's been a while, and like I said, I've got episodes banked. I haven't edited yet. So you guys, this is the last time. Okay, so for Joe's benefit. Then they moved on. And then we moved on. Well, remember, we skipped a week, right? I couldn't show up. And Doug couldn't show up, so we just kind of canned it. So, yeah, maybe you guys aren't there. Maybe you guys are up here at Saracen Central, up here.
Bat Haven?
Yeah. At the Bat Cave.
Yeah, okay. So we're not at the... Yes, okay, we're not at the temple. We're up there. Do you want to clear the hex directly south of us? I just want to open this map up.
There's one that I split in half. It's not really cleared because it's the river.
Yeah.
That one? Or the one like across the river? Because you guys just got across the river.
Well, we'll hit the one that's on the river and then cross the river and hit that one.
Okay. And you guys want to clear it all the bottom and then hook around to the top, or do you guys want to just head north and bring your way all the way right back down?
Do I have any indication from my grip shroom trip on the last?
Yes. If you guys go northeast to where the river thins and keep going northeast, like crossing the river again, there's at least one more pole out there.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
if you want to go pole hopping and then just fill in the
yeah, let's maybe head for the next pole. Let's do it.
I'm gonna go pole dancing.
All right, so adding.
They're good exercise. They get a good stretch in your lower back.
With caber tossers.
So, is it shift? Nope. Control. Nope. Alt.
So 6 totems defeated.
Ooh. We got one more.
Maybe.
Says who? Says the internet.
Maybe.
Get off of there.
Maybe.
No, he saw.
My mushroom.
He saw totems that were left standing, and by the time you guys did mushrooms, I think you'd taken out like 2 or 3, and so they saw X amount more. Anyway, another day, 36 days. Okay, you guys have now. You must have just built a raft again to cross back. Right.
Same raft.
Yeah,
we're awesome.
Oh, you know what?
It comes on command. We whistle, and it just cruises
How
up to
wide
where
is
we
the
are.
Actually, you know what? I will save you time. Theowen is screwing up your construction. Not Theowen. Spiegler. Oakenheart runs off scouts a hex that would have taken you guys an extra day. Like, he's speeding up you guys exploring, and you guys, because he's done at least 6 or 7. That could have been 6 or 7 more days. More construction could have been done on your citadel. Not that you want to call him back, but I'm just saying, like, if he clears all the bullshit stuff, and you're like, okay, we're done. Oh, well, you guys could have a little vacation maybe in between portals. So, do you have a message spell where you could actually call Oakenheart back to you, or get him to like bring the raft or something instead of clearing?
I do not. I don't
Okay.
think.
Okay, something to think about. Now, at this point, you guys have
Telekinetic projectile.
Tiny like angel fairy that we ran into that was captured and beaten by that
he said he would scout a couple hexes for you and come back. Well,
And he did.
he did. He came back and went, and you guys were like took off.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I opened those for you though.
It resulted from that.
But did I open the ones?
I think so. I think they were kind of mid-map.
No, I
What's
don't
open
think so.
now?
I thought he went south. Ooh, I think I might owe you some. You guys, yeah, but see,
I'll take hexes.
but you know what? If he flies over something and says, "I don't see a pole," that's not you investigating that. You know what I mean? Like I put a line through it or something, but you know what I could do? Here, these ones here, right? This one.
Yep.
Okay. He's flown over and said, I didn't see a pole or sensei magic. So you could, like, leave those to explore for later. It's like, okay, unlikely to have an encounter here, So at least he did that for you. You know what I mean?
Sounds good.
Okay. Also, I got a line here following a river, not just because they plotted it for you, but I think somebody ran down I think it was Oakenheart, ran off. I was tracking the way he went. So you see this line following a puddle under the river, like 2 X's away?
Oh, I thought that was from the half-orc party.
No, because they went home is the other way. That's how they took you to the temple and the Bida dragon and heading east. Like Orca's like east.
Oh.
So I think this is my Spiegler path. This is my Oakenheart path that he's, wrapping around.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, we'll leave him to explore the south. Let's head for the next pole. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
All right.
Straight line.
So this has been like a full day just exploring a hex, which means between the amazing Vicar Albright. Took me a minute, sorry. Vicar Albright. You guys should be
facial expression there.
It's like I refuse to ask. Nope. I will go into a loading screen face until I ask someone's name because my memory's getting so bad. It's like I must do it myself. I must conquer this aging process.
I think Jeff just froze.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Vicar Albright has you guys all healed, so return yourselves to a maximum, or I can do it for you. Miros is down to 8, so get rid of that. This thing is...
We had a full day's rest in our cozy cabin.
Yeah, and that gives you, like, the... Well, because you don't do a full day's rest, you spend the night. You guys spend a full day clearing a hex, and then you crash for 8 hours, which gives you your level plus con bonus. Or times con, one or the other. Anyway.
Plus.
But you guys should be at full. I don't see any reason by the time you get to the new encounter. All right. And keeping Ryan's token of fraud because we just know he's going to do it. It's the new go-to.
I have other things I can turn into,
Things that are less annoying
things that
than
make you
Nero's
go,
person.
Yeah, like you can also turn into a toad.
Right? That is a terrestrial-based amphibian. I'll have you know. They're not the same.
I tell you, every session, Aiden gets closer to tempting me with a hero point for him, but not yet. Soon. Soon, Padawan, soon. I am having trouble with something here.
Kind of getting sick of being pounced on by things.
No shit.
Why don't we send our stealth guy in to go scout the area and see if he can find anything and report back the lay of the land, and then we go in afterwards?
Okay. So the thing is, though, you guys need to scout and clear hex to find the post. So you guys could actually have him scout a whole hex by himself, take a whole day, and then he does like an hour on the... or 20 minutes on the thing he found, comes back and reports, and you guys sit a day. So it's like one guy is clearing, not... You know what I mean?
Yeah, but one guy who can do it without getting... Well, I guess there is a possibility.
Do you have invisibility?
And get solo captured.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I don't have the spell, but I do have a potion.
Well, did you want to give it to him, and if he sees something, he can quaff it? Because the visibility only gives you like a minute, right?
I mean, I think I already have one.
Take another one.
Dude, I know that, Aiden. I totally was going to get you too, man. Work with me, Aiden. Your honesty is so refreshing. Damn it. All right.
Look, I've been playing the Jedi too long. It's hard for me to play.
Oh, he's a shady bastard. Don't listen to him, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't listen to We Shot First, he's a shady bastard. All this 3/4 of a dark side point bullshit that I got suckered in 5 years ago. Don't listen to him. Anyway.
Only had half. I don't know what you're talking about. 3/4.
Oh, it was 3/4. It was.
Give me.
I'm the ultimate tracker. It was definitely 3/4.
Give me some stealth in the tower, little Lobrack. We'll make this a skill challenge. Give me 5 in the tower.
5. Okay.
5 in the tower. Well, like I said, yeah. There's a couple to be unnoticed, and then there's the whole, ooh, I found something.
Alrighty, 5 in the tower.
Yay, we get to use the swamp map again.
Oh, look, an encounter.
Oh, for Lobrack. Don't get caught. So, as requested, okay, we'll give Aiden here his 5 minutes of poking around, and
yes.
while he takes certain actions, I will refer to his rolls, and if shit goes down, he can run for it. Maybe shit follows you right back to the cabin, and we have an encounter at the cozy cabin again instead of who knows. Anyway, pulling up the encounter for what do we got here? Oh, so fun story. The wife has not followed the way you guys have gone and has gone all the way around, gone to the back, and has actually done this encounter, actually ran this with Cheryl's party like a week ago.
Oh, so
That's
it's
right.
fresh.
I have combat experience. I saw where they screwed up, and I saw how their tactics failed, and I made adjustments. So, I'm not saying this is going to be so much harder, but just saying, Daddy has some combat experience to combat your Reddit notes. I'm sure somebody's read. Where is
I will
my...
never call you that.
What, Daddy?
Correct.
You never call me correct or Daddy?
Well,
I mean, as the rules lawyer, I can say both.
All right, Lobrack, give me some perception, buddy. I will tell you this. Where are we here? Where's my blurb? The terrain of this area gives way to thick, cloying mud and swampy ground. Shallow puddles lie scattered across the oversaturated earth, the water rising up to fill footsteps and other indentations left in the soil. Droplets slide from leaf to leaf before falling into the puddles, causing the pools to froth and boil. And you hear soft bells intermittently chiming in between the pattern of rain.
Well, that's concerning.
Hmm.
Perception in the dice tower?
Yep.
Okay.
Honing in on the bells, being the party rogue, you're concerned, but it's not a given. But sure enough, you come across tripwires that would, make these suckers ring way louder than the wind, just swelling them pleasantly like a wind chime.
Oh. Okay.
And there's there are some conveniently placed at, let's say, choke point or breach area. So let's say you find at least one in your area, and
Okay.
there's no way a tripwire this close would be on the bells you can hear that far away in the wind that's in the open. So it's like this place has been rigged for an alarm, the old-fashioned style.
Yeah.
Now,
Am I still deafened?
Sorry? Oh.
Am I still deafened?
Yeah, you hear bells. You should see a doctor. Bleed, bleed, bleed. Deafened. Okay, there you go. All better now.
Thank you.
Deafened.
Oh, now I still hear ringing. Okay. Yeah, so I'll kind of follow these tripwires, make sure if I, cut them or disable them, they aren't going to...
Do you want to use thievery to disable?
Yes.
Okay.
1,000 dice tower.
Now, as a GM, once in a while, I get the idea that it's like I might be spoon feeding you guys, but we don't play one game, one character once a week, once a month, one table. These guys switch between characters, levels, and genres and dice systems like mad under Mongers. So you're on a scouting mission. If you disable everything now, it is possible that their own people could find your interference and fix it, or know someone was here before you go back, get your buddies, and come back, which would be another day, right? So you could avoid them because you've noticed them, but I'm curious, do you want to disable them? Because you might be leaving a little flag going, Lobrack was here, if you don't get the party back here quickly, right?
That's
oh, look,
really
there's
fair.
Theowen. What the hell's he doing here? Look at that token.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually really fair. So yeah, I will make note of where they are.
Give me a survival check to give yourself like custom trail sign to mark them, but not noticeable. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some subtle trail sign with a survival check. And stealth check to hide it, you know what I mean?
Stealth check to hide.
Just throw it all in the tower there. Oh, the wonderful tower. Okay. And then we have the fact that some of the pools are frothing and boiling.
Yeah, that's a little weird. That's not normal in nature from what I'm aware of.
Nope. Something's polluting the water here. Something acidic.
Huh. I'm gonna take a branch.
You got 20. Tip the dice tower for the audience to see. You got 20. Yeah. Acid is spreading out from some sort of pollution point and is trickling and making certain puddles froth and boil, and the rain is disturbing it, making it,
Yeah. I'll take a twig or a stick that's kind of fallen on the ground and poke it into one of these pools and see what happens.
Okay. Do the old
Assuming there's
do the
one
old
that's-
5-minute thermometer. Do 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 do.
Like 10 seconds and then lift it up and see.
No, it would be something that might irritate, but it would be like, hey, if I took a swim here all afternoon, I'd probably come out looking like a red termite and like have some kind of rash. But it's not like, oh, I'm missing toes because I was hanging 10 on the, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
You wouldn't want to drink the water. You certainly wouldn't want to bathe in the water, but you can traverse the water as difficult terrain with, let's not spend the afternoon here like it's the beach.
Okay.
Can I have either nature or survival on that?
Yeah.
I'm kind of dishing out information. Our rules lawyer has been informed me I've been too generous with one recall check. Here's everything you know, and I like long walks on the beach, blah, 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 where apparently there is a subsection in the rules where it's not that they state it, but they kind of go, give out 2 pieces of information on a crit success. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess by default I'm only supposed to give out 1 piece of information. So I was lectured recently. So no, that's fine. So you guys get to know less. Again, the challenge is So
you know that they like long walks on the beach.
You know what That's it. There's a webpage, Plenty of Fish. So this is like Plenty of Swamp, Plenty of Jungle. There's a dating webpage, Plenty of Jungle. So yes, what I said holds true, and with survival net, you do a couple tests, lay low. Now, as far as the source of your pollution, if you wish to edge a bit closer.
No, I don't think I will.
Okay.
This is enough info for me that we can at least get to this.
Give me one last perception, because there is something that could possibly stand out. Ooh, very nice. But see it?
Because it sees you.
Funny story.
I know. I was like, shouldn't the totem just kind of see me and?
Well, going back to those stealth rolls. One to enter the scene, and let's say one of you're like poking around, then there was the one of the okay.
Yeah.
A shot is suddenly fired, and there's that kind of you're looking around, you're wondering, and you look up, and the head is already turned, already locked on you, and the eyes are already glowing orange. And as I had corrected before, the dragon pillar gets a free reaction before initiative is rolled. If I see you and you're within 120 feet, I get to shoot you.
Laser eye beam.
Well, my perception is plus 16, and I beat you by 3.
Gotcha.
Now, here's something. Technically, you're allowed to go, oh, crap. What a crappy roll. If I use my hero point, because you're, you know what I mean? It revs up, it sees something. Would you like to re-roll that stealth, burning your hero point? That could keep you alive later. Because you're kind of about to trigger an encounter, buddy. And like I said, these shits follow you home. It's not good.
Fair. I just want to see if how much the bonus from concealment is, because I am somewhat in the shrubs.
A flat check. If that helps.
12.
Gotcha.
I see you.
Okay. Yeah.
But
sure,
I know, to be honest, I did go perception versus stealth, and I'd forgotten, so there you go. You keep on quoting regulations. Hot Vulcan girl.
Yeah, I will reroll. Spend my hero point and reroll stealth.
Okay.
Danger, danger.
This one I'm going to roll out in the open.
Oh, yes.
Stranger totem danger.
31. Okay. You had a 24. It saw you with a 27. You're 31. Rerolls. So anyway, it sees movement, and it turns, and it revs up, and it's waiting for something that's, you know, because this thing doesn't just necessarily shoot every bunny. Right? So, like, without taking back, going, oh, it never happened, because I would rather play forward. This thing's locked on you, and it's like, if I take one more step or if I move, you know, so it's like, you're sitting there and all of a sudden you just, and it kind of powers down. Anyway, it's raining here in the jungle, once again. Yay. Always seems to be. And there does not seem that you can see from this position, or with whatever perception you had rolled, you don't see to see anybody else right now, just the post.
Okay. Then I will slowly and quietly back out so that it doesn't see me.
Give me one more stealth. In the tower. I'm gonna shoot you in the ass. And off he goes. Okay. So you report back. Go running, screaming out. You get back. They've turned their campsite like total Gilligan's Island. There's like lawn chairs out of bamboo, you know, like Miros has got everybody like with papaya drinks somehow, and they're sitting like lounging around bare feet and everything. Like, you leave them alone for one day, they just like integrate into their surroundings.
I'm trying to encourage people to do lawn jarts.
He's making a horseshoe pit.
But making it a competition.
They're all arguing with him, though, that it's like if he uses his javelin and returning and it comes back to him so fast, it doesn't count the point.
No, you just lost.
No, I totally saw where it landed. I totally
that's
saw
my
where it
hole.
landed.
That's the mark I made with my dart.
You found a totem.
Yeah. There's like tripwire traps connected to bells from what I could tell. So there's something else besides the totem, but I couldn't see it. I didn't want to risk getting closer. Thing almost saw me anyway. And there's something corrupt in the water. Because it's like kind of acidic. Not like melt your leg off if you step in it, but not pleasant.
Well, we probably won't be able to get as close as you without it detecting us. We might need to get up nearby and have some of y'all flying so that you don't get in it. I don't know about the rest of us, but
air superiority, pre-game tactics. Look at the new guy go, huh? Wow. Doug's, you can't see Joe, but he's openly weeping tears of joy. Finally, someone discusses a strategy. Sorry, go ahead. So he comes back, he draws out, you know, and he makes like miniatures, very detailed little diorama he's got going here, and you know, I want to be the acorn. No, shut up. You're the toenail. You know, that kind of thing.
I'm definitely the thimble.
Oh, Lobrack gets a 31 in crafting. Yeah, so 6 hours later for his 5-minute briefing, he makes this awesome diorama in a puddle. It's getting dark, dude. Are we gonna have this meeting or not?
I've
All
got
right.
dark vision. It's fine.
That's true. You oh, yeah. Well, strike at night, obviously. Shut up, GM. Okay, that's all right.
Good idea.
Moving on. Yeah,
Speaking
so
of
our
dark
our light source is it. Niles casts heal and light, and I can't see you guys.
For the human.
Can't see him, can't heal him, can't target him. Serious. Any last words? I mean, any other thoughts about taking this place on for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a minute and whip up my daily alchemical potions.
Okay. I didn't notice that, like, on the main page where we're going, don't use the skill page perception, because on the main page there's perception. There's also a stealth box there for the same reason, using stealth into initiative. So, like, on the front page, we've been like manually entering Lobrack's stealth, and it's like actually on the main page there's a perception initiative and a stealth initiative.
Yep.
Very cool.
Cool.
I'm just curious. That should wire.
And a miscellaneous one, too.
So I'm going to hand out potions.
Okay.
Joe, you're getting a couple dark vision potions.
Sweet.
Actually, you're getting one of those. I'm gonna do half and half with heals. I think I'm gonna keep a couple for heals. But so Joe, here's your potion of dark vision.
I'm a dwarf. I'm a dwarf.
Drinks it
Something
immediately.
with a little bit of tickle in it. This way, we don't have to illuminate ourselves to the people we're trying to sneak up on.
That's no fun. I have to spread the word of Keaton. Come on.
Well, you can spread it better when they've already been defeated.
Captive audience.
And man, context on that one. So he gets the dark vision. I'll hand Lobrack a quicksilver mutagen.
Ooh.
It's good stuff. And Glug Glug and Miros each get a Drakeheart mutagen. I got alchemy powers now. I spent some money.
Money.
And that's good stuff. And the rest I think I'm going to save as healing potions.
With the power of alchemy.
No, with the
Power
power
of
of money.
alchemy.
Join the
And
Albert cult.
we'll describe the effects that these potions grant when they quaff them.
Oh.
Or before a fight, we all go, cheers!
This one just tastes really good, makes you fuzzy, and you throw up later, but, you know, it's the best potion I can make. It's magical. All right. So, you guys, any last strategy? And you guys want to approach said camp at first dawn, first dark? What are we doing here?
Right now. Let's go.
Well, how about this? Without starting the flow of time, I will drop you guys on the map. I'm assuming you can already see it, though, anyway, right?
How's about we attack him from the jungle?
I can see Lobrack.
Ah.
I can also.
Oh, by the way, lads, drink them before they go bad. No preservatives, purely
Today,
organic.
right?
One day only, eh?
Yeah.
It's only good for today or tonight.
Come on down to Albrick's Showcase, one day only.
Quaff it.
Quaffeterium. Albrick
Quaff it
Stonetucker,
real good.
Quaffeteria. All right. Throw your stealth checks as main page into your just hit the stealth on the main page, except for Niles, who's going to follow the leader, right? So you guys did last time.
Yes.
So we're not dropping tower.
Kind of irrelevant because it's going to be your You're going to be your initiative. So
Right.
Yes, I will follow somebody.
Yep, follow the expert. Allows you to add your levels of proficiency bonus to the associated skill check, even if you're untrained, and you gain a circumstance bonus to your skill check based on your ally's proficiency.
What's your proficiency, sir?
It is master, or it should be master. So that gives you a +3.
+3.
Sweet. So +10 total. Woo! It's a hell of a lot better than
It
0.
is nice.
Okay, so using the raw modifier box, the bottom corner of the fantasy grounds, give us a +10 and a raw roll there, Joe. And
Getting there.
voila. The one time you don't have to put them in the tower. But thank you. We spent a whole episode with Ryan not putting the tower and everybody else.
Nice,
And
that's not bad.
I
I'll take
literally just said you don't put the tower, and Ryan's just putting them in there for spite, aren't you?
No, the tower's actually right where I dropped it. I wasn't looking.
Pay attention where you're stealthing. Vicar Albright with the 17.
Not bad for a guy in armor.
You beat
What
Albright
did
and
I
Glenwood.
get?
What did you get? Look at the initiative tracker. They got 18. You're in
Sweet.
front of Albright. Follow me. Are you right behind him? I'm behind you. +1. Right. Slightly better stealth roll. All right. So if I'm seeing this right, 17 for Niles. Stonechucker got 20. So Stonechucker, did you use the stealth on the front page, on the main page?
Oh, I didn't.
Okay, I just want to make sure that this ain't broken. I'll give you the good roll. Like 20's not bad, so we'll let you keep it.
Oh, and it should be +3 because I didn't add that.
What's his Stonechucker +10?
Yeah, but it should be +13 because I get the bonus from following the leader.
Oh, I thought you were going your own stealth. Because there's your
Wow.
own stealth full bonuses, or there's the follow leader, which is a stripped down.
Oh, maybe it works out to be the same then.
Are you trained in stealth? If you
No.
are, trust me, it's better. Oh, you're not. Okay.
It says it right beside there. Untrained. Big capital letters, Jeff. Sorry.
You're spellcasters.
You do get
Albert,
bonuses.
come to the front of the class and explain the formula for following the leader. What bonuses do you get, smartass?
You get to add your level plus a proficiency bonus based on how high his
Right.
skill is.
Which is a total of +10.
Right.
plus dexterity.
And look what you rolled. 10 plus 10 is 20. So we're keeping this
Plus my-
roll.
Right, but plus my dexterity modifier, which would be an additional +3.
Okay.
So I forgot to put the +3 in
Gotcha.
because I
Done
just
and done.
pushed the button.
Done, dying to move on. Okay, we all stealth?
There we go.
Barely.
Remember the good old days where you just had an initiative button? Oh, fuck. Seriously, this stealth is just every time we go over it, it's just like, it's
Tactics,
very,
Jeff. Tactics.
very complicated.
It's
Okay.
about damn time we got the drop on something.
All right. So for you to see us, it's not our stealth roll, it's your perception versus our class DC, is it not?
Right, and vice versa. So
And vice versa. And what's your class DC, boys?
Not that high. How's that?
Exactly. So why are we stealthing? And yet,
it should be,
Because we tried.
I think, right?
We had a button to press, so we pressed it.
so
Yeah,
what
we
I'm
tried.
thinking is the perception works against their class DC. I'm pretty sure, like in an opening exploration mode, you can opt to use your stealth against the enemy's class DC, not their perception versus your class DC. That's a trick question. Glad you're paying attention, Aiden. See, I read some stuff like every other page. All right.
Blah, 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 blah. Oh, good stuff. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I just watched the video. I just listened to the video on the way to work. Oh, that's good to know. You see all the videos I've been spamming? There's some good shit in there. I don't spam stuff to you guys in the chat for like, see? It's like, this is really cool shit that you guys need to know, like bonuses and stuff. Where are we here? Okay.
Oh, my class DC is a big whopping 23.
So, you guys stealthily approach. Dun 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 dun. Do they still have the -1 for 10 feet as far as perception and all that goes? No. Okay. So as soon as you're within 60 feet, you're fair game. And if our class DC happens to be higher than anyone's roll, like 13 or 17,
Oh, yeah.
maybe something's afoot. Anyway, so for funsies, since somebody blew it, right? We have Lobrack, and he comes up to the rope and he makes everybody stop. Right? He shows you guys the alarm that he is not disabled, but marked. Glug Glug leans in for a closer look. Twang. And there's that slight jingle of bells. And you find yourself instantly disemboweled with a horse chopper. The end of Doug's cameo. But the stealth goes on. He's so mad. He spent a whole day making a diorama, let alone the whole day he spent reconning this, and you know.
And then that whole backstory I wrote about my character.
I must tell the half-orcs in the farm that I'm... All right.
I will tell them nothing. He died a coward's death.
Throw your perceptions in the tower, boys. Because if there's something here, perhaps it's taking shelter from the rain, which is not really a lot of cover, or perhaps it's actually hiding. Give me some tower.
I see something.
You do. There is a humanoid creature in a grass hula skirt, I shit you not, t-shirtless, with brown, reddish, leathery skin, and a crocodile head, spear resting over its shoulder. Not resting, but waiting. Does not seem to be watching us. You guys kind of got that behind the head side profile. So you guys are behind it, and it's just half sticking out of this great big log it seems to be taking shelter in. And at the moment, this is what you guys can see from your position. There is at least a creature here. Sitting down, waiting for the rain to stop, or being bored out of its skull. Can't say it's great for recall knowledge, but it's still possible at penalty or at, the proverbial, I think it's this.
I think it's contemplating its life's choices. How did it end up to be sitting in the jungle, getting in rain? Mom and Pop must be sorely disappointed in him.
Muros, everybody looks at you, waiting for you to realize that you're in the jungle, in the rain, and have parents that...
I realize I'm projecting here a bit, but, I'm a dwarf. That's expected. That's why we drink so damn much.
We project, not just vomit. Projectile. Okay. We project everything. So what do you guys want to do? Take your chance to recall or move creep closer?
Cast.
Okay. Starting up the night. All right.
The trap in front of us.
Okay. Lobrack pulls out the flask, undoes the lid. A spell shall be cast. Glaring at Glug Glug, Lobrack takes a knee. Right. Ryan thinks we're taking a 5-minute break. Okay. It's combat. These are combat actions. Starting with Elbrick.
Me?
Your team are taking last moment, and I do mean moment preparations before probably launching your attack.
Sweet.
What do you want to do, Al?
I will walk up behind Glug Glug, put my hand on his shoulder, and say, "Allow me to make you a little lighter on your feet, laddie." And I will cast Fly upon him.
And I will draw my weapon and shield.
Okay.
That's me. That's all I got. Move and a spell.
Lobrack disabling?
I'll chug my Quicksilver mutagen first, and then make my thievery check.
I believe disable is 2 actions.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That's why I want to quaff the potion, because that's one, and tinker with
that's
it.
a really good idea.
Yeah, at least you can call that an interact action. I'm interacting with my potion as opposed to the old days where it's like I pull it out, then I drink it. It was like 2 actions, where this is just like I'm interacting with my potion.
So that'll actually bump my thievery check up to 25.
Okay.
And I also
because of
alcohol.
So
You didn't see me pick your pocket, did you?
Yeah. I'm actually going to quaff mine instead of my shield.
Do you know why
if
it's
that's all right.
successful? Do you know why you get the bonus? Because he licks the dollar bill and goes, "You don't want this back, do you?" Bleh. Successful pickpocket. Successful thief. There you go. Anyway, sorry.
So,
Aiden, how does this work?
my thin goblin-y features become even more thin and more angular, almost taking on an elf-like quality.
Thinner and goblinier.
Exactly.
Let him roll.
so-
Let him roll. I'm liking where this is going.
But I almost start to look a little bit frailer, like a little bit of the meat's coming off.
I
the
know,
bone.
but now those boots you got look so good on you, man. Like you really had to say.
They look perfect. The boy-fict. So this is the effect of the Quicksilver mutagen. So I gain a item bonus to acrobatic checks, stealth checks, thievery checks, reflex saves, and dexterity-based attack rolls. And I gain a listed status bonus to speed.
Damn, you guys can like make recall knowledges on him. It's like Andy likes long walks on the beach, and holy crap.
But a drawback is I take damage equal to twice my level, and I cannot recover hit points lost in this way by any means while the mutagen lasts.
Ooh.
And I take a -2 penalty to fortitude saves.
Okay, that's a lot to absorb. So right off the bat, you're gonna take 14 hit points or 14 wounds.
Yes.
Okay, done.
That wins.
Well, I'm in the wound column, so it actually adds wounds, takes them off your hit points in the fancy grounds. Okay. Any effects that I need to add to your character? Like the skills you can just put in miscellaneous bonuses all the way down temporarily. There should be a
So
column
I
for that.
already have some item bonuses, so they only get increased by +1.
Okay.
So I'll just be manually adding those.
Okay. Don't forget the
other
fortitude,
thing
but that's cool.
is dropping my fortitude by 2, which I have already done.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay.
I would like, if I can, instead of my shield, to quaff my potion, my elixir as well. If that's all right. If not, I'm fine.
Yeah, you get 3 actions. You could interact with the potion and then pull both weapons. 1, 2. You're good.
Okay.
Now there's pulling the weapon and then raising it. So I guess that is 2. So yeah, you've got the weapon out, but it's not raised. How about that?
You mean the shield?
Shield.
Right.
Right.
Yep. So I drink the Dracart mutagen, and I get a
A2 Brute. Okay, let's have it.
I
Fucking
get an
alchemist.
Drug dealer, baby. Yeah.
My armor class goes up by 5. My perception goes up by 2 for 10 minutes, and I get access to a final surge, which lets me stride twice. Of course, if I do that, then the mutagen will end. The downside is...
One second. Al, these are all mutagens that you've researched and we've put it in your book after
Yep.
that last chat. Okay.
Yep.
So this is on
So
you.
we got to take some money out of the
All this
out of
false
the pool.
bravado that's about to get them killed on you. Just to be clear. Okay.
Drugs, baby.
All
Drugs.
right, all right. Sorry, you were saying dead man walking? Glug glug?
Yes, the drawback is a -1 penalty to my will, reflex, and all skill checks to recall knowledge.
Man.
To recall the knowledge.
More dubious, the better. Okay. I can trust you guys are going to track this because this is a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else want to get high? Come on, I know y'all got a potion that's throbbing in your pocket.
This dwarf said this was good.
No, Mr. Towley.
I'm thinking more of the poop that pops out of South Park's toilet to convince you. No, just a bite. You'll be fine. Okay.
Mr. Hacky.
What is Niles casting?
Enemy did.
Oh, Slim
Of
Shady.
course.
All right.
A new target.
Where do you want to put him?
30 feet from me towards the totem.
Okay. That will actually start things going. Like you guys are just kind of like, they haven't seen you, so we're just like do,
Yep.
right? You drop
Also, the skeleton just kind of walks out of the water.
Kind comes up.
No, it comes like comes like right out of the yeah. Give me a 30-foot pointer. Place him where you want him exactly. I don't get blamed for this.
I will, I guess.
And while he's pointing, where Slim Shady will make his new debut, Muros.
Yeah.
Do you want to frog up? Would save me changing the mini back. I mean, what do you want to do?
And I'll quaff my potion.
Okay.
That's a Drake heart.
Speak common, not dwarven. A what?
A Drake heart potion.
A Drake heart?
Same one that Doug drank.
Yeah, same one.
Oh! See, between the two accents, I thought you were completely different potion. Well played, you know. Anyway, okay. So no need to tell me. We know.
All right.
Copycat. Okay. Honestly, I was kind of cringing and yet secretly hoping that Miro's like, right, like, you know, Matt and Ryan are good friends in real life. You give him like the best potion. It's like, right, so, you know, it's Tuesday and I get this, you know, it's called the crazy abilities. And because the sun sets,
You fart fireball.
I am saving some for later, Jeff.
Okay. Well, then I've got no qualms. You guys waking up the mine later. All right. Sounds good. So Slim Shady is going to hit the board at 24 with Niles.
Oh,
Okay.
I painted this spot. Can you see that? Instead of actually marking it.
No, that's good. Okay, so out he goes.
Okay.
I'll just clear drawings, but yeah, here I am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, here I am. I blend in. Okay. Well, I wonder if I see you.
Of course they do.
Well, that's the thing, right? Okay, it comes out of the water, and you just start. Now that he's summoned, you still have an action or something for him, don't you? He could still move or something?
Yep.
What does he do?
He moves 30 feet towards the totem.
Okay. All the water areas are considered difficult terrain, double moves. So 10,
Well, I'd 5.
20, 30. And you get 30 what? 35?
Yep, just 30.
Okay. Okay, so you summon him, he comes crawling out of the water and starts walking up. 10 feet away from this guy lounging. What the? All right. Human number 4. Funny enough, this guy actually just generically has initiative like right after yours, so this works, you know. What the? So dude gets up, readies his long spear. I got my long spear, I believe. Stack, early square. Yeah, he basically gets into position. He gets up, turns, drops the long spear right on Buddy, and at 10 feet can actually take a poke at Slim, which I will do. Well, he's doing his job. I mean, Slim is here to draw aggro, right?
That's right.
All right. 8:00. So now we're going to call this round 1 because despite everything else that's happened, bing, hello, long spear, 10-foot reach, with a 26, crits Shady, just as a sweeping, masterful arc. Now you guys get to see how good these guys are at combat. That's also, you know, pretty clever. Shred, 17 points, partially resisted, excess ignored, status destroyed. He just lays waste. Do I blow up?
Yep.
Yay!
1d6 for 5 feet.
Oh, he's 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know, but
Damn reach weapons. Well, you certainly have their encampment. Blah, blah, blah. You definitely have their attention now. Miros' turn. You quaff a potion, and what? It's time for the battle board. Yay!
Yeah,
Battle
and,
music. What do you want to do? 1 interact to quaff potion. Got 2 actions left, buddy. What do you do?
I can't. Yeah, I was going to say I want to wait now.
Okay.
So end my turn.
Do you want to ready an action? That takes 2 actions.
Ready in
Like, are you
action.
waiting for something to happen to leap
Yeah.
into?
Yeah. As soon as I get the go ahead, the old pat on the back,
Yeah.
I will leap into action.
Okay. That
Move.
could be now. Like, these guys start prepping, and Niles kind of blew his wad on skeleton. Ha! Okay, there it is. Like, it's on.
Moros is specifically waiting for a hand to touch his back.
Okay. More than just a soft caress.
Yeah, Albert
This makes it-
specifically.
Albert specifically. Guy's like several squares away.
Yeah.
Might be waiting. All right. He readies an action, waiting for Al's hand to puppet him into action. All right. Well, this dude,
1,000 years of pain.
this guy appears, slosh, slosh, slosh. What the hell? Is there more? Weapon ready, stands beside his buddy, and they are scanning the area, looking for more undead. Might approacheth, but you are within... Oh, never mind. Sorry. Using the enemy class DC times.
Counter, Joe.
What was that?
How many times can you summon Sir Skellington?
A lot if I prepped it, but I didn't. I only used it once.
A Slim Shady right now. It's Sir Skeleton if you buy him some nice clothes.
Okay.
Then he explodes, and this is going to be expensive. Yeah, I guess I should just hide Shady. Kaboom. There we go. Glug glug. I want my potion. I want my shield. No. I want my weapon. No. 4. What? Okay. Shield's out, but not raised. Weapon's out. Potion is active. You start vibrating in the spot. Blah, blah, blah. And Al has made you flyable. Because he get to go early, so sweet. But you're out of actions. Because like I said, I was just going to start letting you guys do stuff until somebody caused a reaction from them, but halfway down my initiative track, that did. So suddenly, the combat has started without you. Damn it. Look, and there you are. So skipping over you, because you've burned your 3, back to Al.
I will note that I don't think the potions help us out because they are item bonuses, and armor is an item bonus according to the rules that Aiden looked up while we were doing that. So we'll stay where we're at. And
have you guys managed to increase your armor class on your sheet?
I'm going to reduce it back down. Yeah.
Okay. Al.
Well, you take the highest.
I'm assuming these potions were given out this morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't move around burning your turn going 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you. You got next to Glug Glug, which you are, cast your spell, and now it's back to you, and you do what?
And now I go to... Did you take off?
No.
Glug Glug?
He goes, you can cast, you can fly, Glug Glug, and Glug Glug's he's glugging a potion, he's pulling out his crap, and that was his action, so.
Okay. I just need to check range on something here real quick. I think I have to touch, though. Yeah, I gotta touch you.
Okay.
So I am going to... I don't know, I don't want to stand in the river, but there is no map.
Oh, you know what I forgot? Sorry, first round. We show up. You guys are seen by them. I forgot to check the post. Because one of you guys, we see you. Ding, 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 ding. What's that?
Would be myself or the guy behind me. I went to low stealth.
Let me just check my hazard, because it just happens to have a different level of complexity. Yeah, that's what
this is the master one. Lovely.
Let's fight this one. No. You're all good. It only sees Glug Glug. Hang on. I want to see if I actually have line of sight on Glug Glug. Let me just change the view here. Can I see Glug Glug? I'm gonna give you some decent concealment, man. I don't know if I can see you. Was it 5 or is it 10 for heavy? I'm looking at at least 3.5 squares of shrubbery that I gotta peer through to see Glug Glug. And there's a big frog or a dwarf in the way that I don't apparently care about. That's stealthy. So it's
so cover so concealment is just flat check for mischance, but cover. So lesser cover just gives a +1 bonus to AC.
Right.
You can't behind that. Standard is +2 to AC, reflex, stealth, and you can hide behind that.
Yeah, sorry, it's not. He doesn't have cover. He might have light if he's got a whole tree in front of him, but I'm giving him concealment because of the leaves. Anyway, 8 beats the check. So, owing Glug Glug a shot with a little retcon here. Not entirely unfair, considering you guys had half a round to pew-pew-doo. Glug Glug. Oh, right, I don't have to roll perception because of you're just going off of my DC. That's a hard rule from an old rule to burn over. Attacking with an I-beam of 30.
As a reaction, can I raise my shield? Because I drew my shield, and then a reaction raise it, right? To a specific attack, or
If you have,
shield block?
thank you.
Yeah, which I do.
It took me a second there.
I do. So at that point, if that is the case, then and I can use my reaction to raise it, then
Sure.
my that's fine. It's still good to do that. It's still a 30. It still hits me, but it can go through my shield first.
So with the shield raised, you get the shield block where it could possibly
Damage the spines on my shield and spikes on my shield instead of me.
yakety smackety blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Well, today's orange eye beam is a reflex save by you. Or 66 acid is yours to discover.
Acid.
Ow.
Bad. 24.
Oh, thank you, Bulwark Armor.
And for some crazy reason, maybe I've just overread new rules, I completely forgot how these damn things work. You make a reflex against my... Where are we here? Just going to the book as opposed to... Well, the stuff in Fantasy Grounds is condensed, where I need the book here. Blah, 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 reflex. Basic reflex save. 24. And you got 24. There you go.
Save
Half
for
half damage. Oh, no.
Sweet.
It doesn't say save for half. It just says basic, which means...
Save for half.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of the crit range thing. Now you've got your shield up, so I'm going to throw you the damage at you, and we can
And
barter.
you've got me bow. Sorry.
That's not bad. That's
You
not
have my javelin.
bad. Oh, 21. Okay, so technically that's only 10.
10.
I didn't have you
Okay, so
targeted
that's-
before, so yeah. So let me find you and not have you do. Okay, so that's only 10. Now, Joe, he's got a shield block up. Is it only against strikes, or does it work against magical effects?
It's a special shield. It would be in the description of the shield.
Yeah. Yeah, be based on the shield.
Okay. Can you block anything other than a strike? Because technically this is a casting of a single action. That's what it says. It's a casting action. So it's a spell coming at you. Laser beams, but technically a spell. Can you shield block against a spell? Or is it any incoming damage?
I know with my shield, I can do that. I get a bonus against spells.
Right. It ups your...
When the
your
shield would take damage.
It sounds like someone's swinging at you.
Wow.
But it's still, if it beats the hardness, and then you have to do all that fun stuff.
I will say this. Because you beat the reflex save, then you're in control of what's coming at you, and you dodge, and you have your shield up, so you can eat the damage of 10, and if you want to have that shield soak some up, I will allow it. Until
I
further
will.
research.
Chew up 2 spines.
Okay.
And of my shield and deflect that damage. And take
How many can you chew up at once? Is it a single spine per attack, or is it just all of them?
It goes through the spines first. So now instead of 5 spines, I have 3 spines left. I would have 2 hit points left of one of the spines. I don't know if that stays or if it's gone, Joe. It's gone once it's used. Okay. So I chew up 2 of my 5 spines.
That's cool. And like I said, this is still not... I'm still comfortable with this ruling, if there's some nitpicking later, because, it's really cool. He slides to the side, Al's like, can you fly?
Wait,
and you look
how
up,
many
but
spines did you use in the last encounter? You might not have 5. You might
they
only
grow,
have 4.
they
Was
grow
that
back.
today?
No,
Was that today?
You guys had a full night
That
hex
was
to rest.
yesterday, so you had 1 day.
Yeah.
They all grow back in the morning.
Oh, they all grow
All
back?
of-
That's
yeah.
amazing!
Yeah.
That shield is so
Every
good!
day.
Yeah. That's the first shit I'm going to steal when you guys hit the city. Okay. So, getting back to the what? No, nothing. Getting back to where were we? Al.
Yes. I want to move down here as long as it's not the river, but I can't because the maps doesn't go that far. I just want to get adjacent to Muros so I can put my finger up his butt.
Deuce. Hey,
Too soon.
Too soon.
Now
Matt.
fly,
Too
frog.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Who's focused on the battle? We know Glug Glug is. Well, he's focused on that thing. Who was Niles?
Yep.
You see one that was not hiding, but behind the post in position, go traipsing across to the south for another position, disappear behind the bushes where you don't have line of sight. But you do see more and more of these things appearing, moving about out there. So now we're up to 3 confirmed tangos.
That's easy enough.
Yeah. Sorry, Al.
Fireball, fuckers! There's nobody there.
Fire doesn't work on any of this stuff, so I got something else in mind.
I storm the fucker. Do something. It's finally a combat where we're away.
Do we know what we're fighting?
I use my turn. I use my turn to cast fly on Mira.
All right. I don't want to charge through swamp.
I will make a
But
prediction.
my
Your
next action.
Hey,
unwillingness to try recall in the first round or two is going to eventually be your undoing. You guys will be a couple rounds in and suffering the effects of new creatures as opposed to like, ooh, we knew this up front. Like, maybe these guys aren't fire immune. That's a game-changing spell.
You encouraged us to not do it by telling us that we'd be doing it at negatives because we can't really see them yet. I'm just going to point that out. I have intentions to recall knowledge to figure out
one
what
guy laying down. Now this guy came up, rushed your guy, and you saw him fight.
Sweet.
That's different.
If I had more actions in a round, I would recall knowledge, but I don't.
Okay.
So
Sorry. I'm talking about the
Priorities,
opener
my
guy.
friend.
I said, while he's sitting there, hard to see. And I even said, hey, you guys get to study how this thing fights. Here it comes the spear. That was a subtle hint of recall knowledge. Next time I'll just beat you over the head with it. Anyway, no, I'm done beating. No more beating. If you guys don't recall knowledge, no tears from me. But please do. I really like this podcast. You guys can fucking die if you don't know what's coming at you, I'm telling you. Albrick, Stonechucker, final answer. What are you doing?
I already said it 3 times.
Yeah.
I know, but
And
every
for
time
one more
we change the
and
tangent.
for the listening audience, I am moving adjacent to Miros Anvilbender and casting the fly spell upon him, but I don't want to move into the river. I want to move to that square that's off the map south of it. So there's like...
You want
I
to
can't
leave the
move it
encounter
there.
area.
Yeah. Because I'm sure I can sneak there and... You know what I mean?
Problem solved.
Yeah. There you go.
For the
Perfect.
listening audience, I just moved everybody up a hex so he doesn't have to leave the fucking map.
Well, you've exited the encounter, so...
Exactly. Apologies. It's been a long day. This was close to a cancel, but since we canceled last week,
So let's go, baby. My 2 main melees can fly.
All right. Lobrack. Still waiting on that disable trap.
I rolled it. It was a 25.
Awesome.
But
And then
the
everybody rushes forward and steps on shit anyway. Oh well.
You fucks. We're doing it live. So
For the record, Glug Glug did set off a bell.
yeah.
Bing.
So first move action will be to get to here. So coming out of the underbrush to the edge of the pool. Second action, I'm going to make an athletics check to long jump leap.
Ooh.
Singular action. As I'm just going to be trying to get across the river. That is going to be a DC 15 check.
Oh, yeah.
Dice, baby. Oh, I know he made it because he hit it on the dice. Yeah.
29.
A critical success.
Oh, okay. Parkour. He rolled so high he invented a new one that becomes even better than parkour. Porcar.
You get a hero
You
point.
joke, but I do have powerful leap and dancing leaf, which increases the horizontal distance I jump by 5 feet each.
You gotta
So
make up
I could be-
flavorful words if you want to count in a fancy world. You can't use 20th century terminology all the time, so it's porcar. Right, totally meant to do that.
Alrighty.
I think we're only doing one session tonight. Just
10, 20.
You're doing great, Jeff. You're doing great.
Yeah.
And then finally, I'm going to shift to the underbrush.
Okay, moving
Stealth.
through brush as well as moving through water is difficult terrain.
I jumped over the water.
Yeah, I know. Just saying, but now you're moving through a bush and as normally like water.
Yep.
Okay.
So that will eat up all of my movement because I have 35 move speed at the moment.
Okay.
And that will be with a stealth check.
And you can stealth at full speed, right?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
I probably should have tossed that in the tower.
That's okay. We know you never roll under 24 or 30. That's fine. Ooh, look at that pretty.
33 on stealth.
He actually comes out of the bush and then he homers back into the shrub just to mess with them. Dude, you did not.
Melton.
It's like that Homer.
You know, he's already green. He could just like paint brown leaves and then stick them to him and peel them off, and it would like leave camouflage-looking paint. Or like when Miros is like really stoned, he goes into artist mode. He just puts them against a platform and he does that spray painting. You know, the artists that flick paint in mud. You know. Lobrack just like moves through it to get some camo for the day and then moves on, lets him continue his painting in his rage. So much pent up, so much projecting. Lobrack is done. All right, which leaves this guy. Where am I? Okay. Unaware. You good? Okay. Vicar Albright.
All right.
You're in the
So,
bushes.
yep. One action, draw a weapon.
Okay.
Second action, draw a shield.
Okay.
And then straight into the swamp.
Okay.
Or whatever it
Unfortunately, in the bushes, double moves. You're going straight
That's
up
fine.
or straight in?
is. Straight across to the right.
Okay. So 10, 20, 25.
There I am.
Okay. I was going to say, do you really want, do you really want to end in the answer? No.
I would if I could be there, but I'm
Okay.
done.
All right. Switching from actually dropping, placing daintily, you know. Actually, he's not actually doing the drop for free. You know, rests the spear so I can easily retrieve it with an action. Pulls out short bow and takes a shot at Niles, who has appeared out of the bushes. This lead guy that killed your Slim, scanning in this direction. A human has appeared. He gets excited. Nudges his buddy. Oh, look, I got one. Yeah. Anyway, they start excitedly talking, like they're very excited about something about you. Oh, they're very excited about you for some reason there, Niles. The human favorite food. Short bow. Twang. 20. Miss. Swing and a miss. Well, that was anticlimactic.
Does everybody notice the plus 14 to hit though?
Speaking of a trap that likes shooting eye beams, Niles has revealed himself.
That's right.
Lad, put that away. How many times have I told you? There's a time and a place.
Now, I was eyeballing Al because he stepped out on the corner. I'm like, Al's got to get the shot. And then it's like, I will shoot the closest non-cultist. And Niles goes, hi. And it's like, oh, crap, Niles.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you very
No
much.
problem.
Here to help. Laser orange acid beam. 36. Can I have a...
The
Like
crap.
That kind of hurts.
Can I have a reflex save, please?
No. Can I forego that?
Oof.
Oh, let's see. Oh.
It's a base
Base
save.
was
It's
my
not like
favorite.
you can
Yep,
crit fail.
I know,
and get
but
extra
still.
damage, so.
Not bad.
25, sir.
Oh, that's good. You only
Yeah,
take.
that was actually decent.
He just comes out. Oh crap! Does the big
Yep.
does the big Neo leaning back? Right. All right.
Oh, take it on the chest. No leaning back.
Ugh. 12 points. Which
Nice, terrible damage.
Which
Good rolls. Good rolls.
I like those rolls.
Yeah, that's great. That's a lot of ones.
don't applaud when Fancy Grounds fucks me over. Okay, that's just mean. All right.
Good.
I'm immediately taken to that scene in Payback where he starts shooting the gangster's luggage, and the guy's like, "Sorry." Ryan's reaction.
Ryan's reaction was the clap. It was perfect.
Yeah. Oh, damn. So, a swing with a spell.
I'll take my 6 points of damage.
And does not stick the landing. Next, we have Muros, who can fly.
And now, if you're wanting, catch a quick lift. And I will...
Part of the
First-
spell actually shrinks your hair into like a little pointy green hat and puts little green shoes on you. Tightens up the green giant outfit. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the spell. Let's go with it.
Okay, cool. And well, then to complete it, I click my heels and I cast Fleet Step on myself.
Okay.
It increases my speed by 30.
Your speed or your natural speed or a speed of choice?
Just speed.
30-foot bonus status bonus to your speed.
Sweet.
So now I have a speed of 70.
For this round, somebody check that on the net, please. I'll let you have it for now, but can you stack fleets? I want somebody typing that shit in.
Fleet spell is for 1 minute.
Yeah, no. Again, who's not type? Come on, type. Joe, please. Rules lawyer.
Okay,
I promised I'd use you
Fleet
more.
spell is for 1 minute.
Yeah.
So
Because it's stacked with fly. I'm sure there's an argument or everyone going, the
You
gentleman's
gain
not.
fly speed.
yeah, because does it stack? Probably not, because you gain a plus 30-foot status bonus to your speed.
Well,
Yeah.
so the Death Fly says that target can soar through the air, gains a fly speed equal to its speed or 20 feet, whichever is greater.
Yeah, but so as long as you don't have any other status bonuses to your speed.
I have the fleet, and I have the monk.
Then no, because fleet does not a status bonus, and neither is the monk one.
But the spell gives you a status bonus?
Yep.
So,
Because
You
it's
should
status
be,
bonus,
and the
item
other two
bonus,
aren't.
or miss.
right, so he should be good.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
He's Gohan.
All right.
And
Peter
then I'll
Pan
use
towed away. All right.
And my last action, I will wild shape into a large frog.
Thank you. I was literally at my hand on the mini going, damn it, I gotta change this mini.
Well, you seem to really insist. So who am I to deny?
Oh no, if you want to be something
Make
else.
my mini grow.
Jump, 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 jump.
It's all about that tongue.
Jump, 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 jump.
All right. That's my whole suite of actions
You just get bigger
and faster.
and faster. Okay.
Stronger.
I love it. It's amazing.
You know those anime where the guy does nothing, he just flexes, but there's that impact wave from around him? That's what he does. It just, he's reveling.
Powering up. You're like, he's Gohan. Yes, he is. He's like,
What was it? The final fight and Shaolin Showdown?
Okay, obviously,
Kung Fu Hustle.
obviously the tasty human has summoned some kind of large familiar because it didn't appear, hop out, or look like natural.
oh my God. I know exactly what I can do. Don't leave yet, Ryan. Don't leave.
Don't leave me. You get on his back and just keep pumping him with spells. I can show you the world.
Wow, that was some foreshadowing. I still got my fingers up his butt. Wait for it, cousin. Wait for it.
I'm pretty sure he wanted you to touch his back, but where you land your spells is your business. I must make double thumb contact with your rectum, cousin. It's the only way this spell can go off. And myself. Right. Burying myself in my enemies, I'm going to shoot a frog and just forget all that. Pew pew. Short bow. at the froggy. Oh, sorry. Switch weapons like the other guy. Switch to a bow and only gets a single shot with a miss. Glug, glug.
So I now fly, and I would like to... Just screwed up my version of the map. I want to run and fly, or not run, but I want to start striding toward them. But I'll let you sort of adjudicate how I can get around the players and head straight toward.
So how high up are you going? You want like above the bushes so you can see the battle, or are you just kind of skirting the little canopy, or what are we doing here?
I only want to get high enough to avoid things in my way. All right, so it's close. So
like 10 feet.
That would be the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
These are dwarves and goblins, so maybe only 5.
You said things in my way, and like the bushes and trees here are at least like 10, 15 feet. So
Okay, that's fine. But
unless you want to go around them.
No. So yeah, I
Sorry,
didn't know if I would
avoid
come over
obstacles
to
or like terrain. Are we talking like if you give me
Right.
15, 20 feet, you can fly over any tree, no slowing down.
I don't know how to do the measuring thing.
That's okay.
Can't you
I
move
can
around?
handle you, but how high up do you go, Doug? 10 feet will
As
give you a
l-
little bit of cover from some trees as long as something's far back on an angle.
I don't need any cover. I
Okay.
just don't want to step on people or hit people as I go
Or
by.
I'm just but if you fly straight at the battle, you could hit a top of a tree. That's what I'm saying. Like if you don't want to.
So, let me do it this way. I'd like to move to here. That's 10 feet of movement minus whatever you have to do that. And then I've got a diagonal to go straight from there
Okay.
to them.
So for right now, because you can always like raise up later, you give yourself 10 feet up, you're 10 feet over, you're 20 feet in.
Okay.
Well, what is your actual walkie move?
It's 20.
Okay, so that's your flying speed because 20 is the default. So
Right.
you got okay. So that's an action. You are flying, hovering 10 feet off the ground, just east of Elbrick, just south of a giant toad. Now, what do you want to do? 2 actions left.
I would like to final surge, which lets me stride twice as a single action. So that'll give me 40. So
Okay.
if you would move me 40 directly
Towards-
towards the opponents.
Okay, sure. So 5, 15, 20, 30. Oh, that's a tree. You only went
Yeah.
10. So
Yeah, well, I don't want to go the straight line toward them, so I
I'll
can
just say
avoid the
it's-
tree.
Yeah, but you're about to hit the tree. Now you need to go up.
Yeah, I don't.
Or you can just
I
go
don't
around.
have to.
No.
I didn't. Okay, I could have drawn a straight line to the toward the totem without going. Yeah, if I just skirt.
Give me a line. Give me your
I
flight
can't-
path. And if you hit shit, I'll let you know.
All right.
Because you're 10 feet
I-
off the ground.
I don't have the way to do the thing, but if I'm running to there, I'm not running into
If you
the
right
trees.
click on the map, anyone can get an
Okay.
arrow and you can go, wee. You trying to hit the totem? You trying to hit the bad
Okay,
guys?
so
What are you
if
trying to
I
hit here?
Right click. I right click. I'm right clicking.
Pointers top left. Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah. Now pull it east one. Pull it east 1 square.
Like that.
Yeah, that'll
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
If I can do that without running into stuff, I'd actually. That's still 40.
It's not
So, yeah,
40.
40,
That's it's 45
okay.
distance, but when you move, every other diagonal counts as 2, so it's not exactly.
Okay.
It's not terribly accurate, unfortunately. However,
So yeah. I just
Okay.
want to be flat enough to be able
Okay.
to keep moving
What-
straight.
with 20 burn. So 5, 15, 20, 25, 35, 40, 45. Okay, you're at them and you're 10 feet off the ground, so you're just above them. Like, you literally want to like be on top of them, or just, you're here, right?
No, I've only got 40 of movement
Okay.
for that
so-
double stride. Okay. Sure. And at that point, I will throw my javelin
Okay.
at the closest one to me.
Okay.
So if you let me target him,
You got it.
and I will.
Go. Look.
Actions tab.
Go speed, click, click, go speed, click, click.
17 probably doesn't hit.
Miss. Sorry.
Sorry.
5, 10, 15, 20.
And my potion is
25,
out.
30. Okay. Round 3. Guy making his way into a flanking position to the south finally emerges from the brush carrying a bow. I'm looking at pools. I'm looking for undead. I come around and I see hovering 10 feet off the ground. You. I also see Niles. And because I'm coming through here, unfortunately, again, I saw Niles first. So I would probably take the shot from back here because it's like as soon as I see somebody, oh, there's Niles. Sweet. Closes. Actually, no, I wouldn't take the shot from back there. He'd finish his movement because it's aim, like it's consecutive actions, right? First I move, dun 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 dun. Then I choose a target. Oh, there are 4 targets. I see. Are you obviously an orc? Like green skin, helmet off, or are you just a man in a tin can?
Oh, I mean,
Like, can I see your green face? Can I?
I probably have a helmet on, but I do have green skin. I would probably not be. I would look like an orc or a half orc at least.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you were obviously an orc, like in armor, not a mystery guy in full plate. We can't even see your face, kind of thing.
I do have a war mask on, but yes.
Okay. I don't think I'll make a society check. All right. Dwarf, unknown assailant, human, and giant frog. Oh, human. So delicious. Takes a shot with the bow. Hits Niles. Takes another shot with the bow. It's hunting time. Critical miss. All right. So, lands a first shot, buggers a second one, costing him an action on his next turn as he has to, like, restring, interact. Something goes wrong. Niles takes 8 points of damage from a short bow arrow thwap. Al, you're up. Lobrack, get ready. You're on deck. Al, what do you want to do?
I will cast haste on Muros.
Okay.
And then I will spend an action to recall knowledge to see if I can figure out what these guys are.
All right. Give me a recall in the tower, please.
I'm going to go this one because it's my highest skill, but I do have other skills that may be appropriate.
This is what is attacking you.
They look so cool.
They've got the white war paint, dots and stripes, looking like your classic certain type of jungle from old film noir, I'll say. My hints haven't spoiled that already.
I like crocodile faces.
Yeah, the crocodile people. Right.
So what do I recall?
Society. These are not
All right.
natural humanoids. These are like clothes-wearing, weapon-wielding. These are called Biloko. They are cannibals. They swallow their prey, even human-sized whole, and their favorite food is humans. They are very cunning, dangerous hunters, and a pack of them is definitely a good fight.
What are they called? Sorry?
Biloko.
Bilico.
Biloko.
Oh, Niles, watch out! They're Bilico. They
Now
like
notice-
to eat men.
I haven't given out any stat except the swallow hole. Like, I give you a big blurb, but I only buried one dice piece of information in it, the swallowing hole.
They like to eat you whole. Careful.
Yeah, cannibals. Good thing you don't find you a delicious. Al, you out of actions?
Yeah, that's me.
Brings us to Lobrack. Victor, get ready. Sorry, Vicar. Albright, get ready. You're on the dinner plate. You're on the menu. You're next. Lobrack. You should see Joe's face. the fingers across the beard, stroking rapid contemplation. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. Retreat.
That's all good.
Lobrack, what do you want to do?
So as my first action, I will click my heels together.
Really?
Yes, really.
Are
Activating my
we
boots.
trying to make an impression?
Oh no! Well,
Oh.
I'm definitely going to make an impression on them. I don't think it's the impression you're thinking of.
Well, hello.
So until the end of my turn, I ignore difficult terrain when moving on the ground because I'm activating my boots of Elven kind for action number 1.
Okay. You should hear the feet scuffle noise I got going on right now for you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Action number 2, because I don't have difficult terrain now, I'm going to skirmish strike.
Ooh.
So I can step and then strike.
Okay. Targeting the closest guy, I'm assuming?
Yes, targeting the closest.
Okay. I get an attack of opportunity. Does this step...
He aware of me?
No, I'm not. Feel free.
All right.
But I do have a question for Joe, because, like, what's the point of a reach weapon if people just step in?
Because he was unnoticed.
No, I know, but, like, okay, like, say you just come at me, I have a long spear, right? They stop at 10 feet, and then they go, step? That cancels my reach, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So they literally have to rush the guy to 5.
Depending.
They got to rush the guy to 5 feet,
to
right?
do it,
Yeah.
though.
Because
Oh,
step
yeah,
is
still do that.
still a manipulative stride. So depending on the attack of opportunity. If it's a normal attack of opportunity, then no.
All right.
If it's
Well,
like Muros, then yes.
meanwhile, Lobrack's swinging away, clean up here. Let's have those numbers, Lobrack.
So that was a 25 to hit with
Yep.
just a actual palm strike instead of my usual wolf stance strikes. So that is 2d6 plus 5 for normal damage. So 12 damage plus 10 sneak attack damage.
This comes tumbling out of the bush and whacks him in the kneecap.
Yep. And then as my last action, I'm gonna sneak back away. Back into the brush.
Reception.
Now, don't you need a distraction as per the rules to do that? Also, you cannot step in. Did you say you could step in difficult terrain?
Because I activated my boots of Elven kind.
Oh, you can ignore it. Right.
And that's why I did it.
Yeah, but as per finding concealment rules and stuff, you need some kind of distraction or cover, right? Like you need to break line of sight. So running over and gaining my attention by punching me in the groin, and then just jumping back in the bushes. Okay, yeah, you're hiding in the bushes. I'll give you like the flat check of like concealment, but you may not get your actual stealth check.
So at the middle of the big green bush, is that an actual tree? Like.
It can be. I mean, there's got to be stems holding this crap up.
Okay, because I have 40-foot move speed at the current moment, so I can run around it and then
Sure.
hide back here. Okay.
Oh yeah. Just give yourself some distance as opposed to just like in the bush and sure.
Yeah, that was the plan. Just flap him and just run away.
I got it.
That's good.
Run away, you say. What an interesting
So
plan.
Lobrack.
Yeah. Try stuff. Niles, you're up.
And
Oh, sorry.
So
ahead.
I am done.
Yep.
My boots of Elven kind only last for 1 turn. It's once per hour I can activate them, so they are
Okay.
done.
That's still pretty cool. This is a good opener, especially getting the very very.
That is
tactile.
really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. I am going to stride straight across to
Okay.
the dude who shot me.
All right. 10, 20, 25, 30, 40. Actually, 40.
30 is one. Yep, and then repeat.
40. Okay.
And then sticky.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
I will try to stab the man who shot me. The beast.
Targeted. Go.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep, thank you. I'm getting there.
Shoot me, will you?
I know.
Just run back and give him back his arrow. Here's your arrow back.
Yeah. It's in the knee.
Put it in his quiver, and he turns. It looks,
I can't see what I rolled. An 18 is a miss.
It is. But I do have good news for you. Remind me when I try to attack you this round, he cannot, because I'm going to. Well, actually, at this point, I'll actually drop my bow for free.
Actually, I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to drop
A hero
a hero
point. Oh. I like it when you guys go naked with no hero points during combat. It's so exciting.
Yeah, well, you gave me one last session, so that's where you use it.
Ah, shit. I'm saying.
For my role-playing ability.
Damn it. Damn it. Just quick check. Does everybody still have one, even Aiden? Or is Aiden actually zero? Okay.
I have one now.
I'm even.
I had two.
You realize the shame there, Aiden, where I actually gave Joe Gibson a role-playing hero point. The shame that's upon you for not having one. Terrible. He just...
Okay. This freaking thing is rigged. I'm done.
Miss and a miss. 3 and a 3. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
You didn't... Hey, I didn't see your hero point diamond. What are you guys pressing to make that pop up?
No, I just took it off, so...
Oh, okay. Not just there is some kind of thing they do. It's like, I spent my hero point. Little diamond comes up. Yay!
Yeah, you can click the hero point and you can spend it from the sheet.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Double
cool.
click to where I just click once and.
Okay.
I am done.
All right. The guy that used to shoot at you is now targeting. He raises his bow high in the air and starts taking shots at Glug Glug. I shoot once at Glug Glug with a miss. Take my -5. I shoot twice at Glug Glug with a critical miss, and it costs me. It costs me my third action as damn bowstrings are wet. The closest that I can perceive non-cultist is Glug Glug, and the trap targets him up in the air. Hi there. Well, hello there, flying sitting duck. I beam plus 20. 25 and a miss. Oh my god, I missed you.
Sweet.
Nice.
FYI, I do have to ready my shield each round. I would like to be able to use it. Is that correct?
It is
I have to
true.
burn an action.
It's not been readied, so.
Right. But that's fine. No, I was just double checking.
Well, you're doing some cool crazy 8s right now because it's like, it's like the ground lasers from the old Cobra Kai, shooting at crappy G.I. Joe jets, missing you. I think it's the first time I've actually rolled and missed with an I-beam, like this entire show.
Yeah, you've been pretty accurate. Accurate.
Plus 20, it's hard 20? To miss.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Hey, Jeff, can you take the 10 points of wounds off of me? Because I think it auto did that and didn't calculate the fact that my shield would have kept that from me. But
I'd manually put it in, and then we had discussed the spines later. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
All fixed.
Woohoo!
DM looks your wounds. There you go. Yeah, Ross.
All right. Well, now that I've spent this time just gathering up all my ki, I'm ready to just bring into action.
Kind of lollygating in this fight, man. Usually he's like humping a post by now. Like, what's going on, dude?
All right. Now I would like to instantaneously just be from where I am now, and to be like, phew, to right beside the totem and the 2 small fey humanoids.
I'm sure we'd all like that. Can you tell me what kind of actions you execute to make that happen?
It's teleportation.
That's what I don't know. What are you doing?
I'm
flying
horizontally. Yeah.
Okay, so you just walking because you haven't hit the.
No, I stay horizontal. I'm like 6 inches above sea level.
All right.
Yeah, I have a movement of 70 flying.
15, 20, 25, 30. Okay.
40.
Jesus.
50, 60, right. 70. Actually, okay, no, I could do. No, I'm not gonna do that.
So you want to get right in their face? Is that what? You want?
Yeah, 1000%.
All right.
That is my first action.
Kind of taking up that bush, so I think the best I can do is here. You're kind of under, even though it looks like you're over. Let's move Glug Glug and then bring him back.
No, I was going to stay low because Glug Glug's going to be above me.
Now Glug Glug's above you. Okay.
All right.
As you swoop in, I believe I had the second guy switch to a bow too. Did I not?
Yep.
Everyone's been switching to bows, so I don't get any attack of opportunity from your movement. Okay. So you fly over there. Whoosh.
All right.
And?
I would like to use a boulder roll now.
Okay.
It requires two actions.
All right.
I'll just read her out. It's your dwarven build allows you to push foes around. You, like a mighty boulder.
You're not a
tumble
dwarven build. You've changed your shape.
Yeah.
It's a move that literally says, because you're a dwarf.
Well, it's my racial feat.
Yeah.
It allows me to just bowl into people.
Keep reading. Well, it literally just said, because you're a dwarf.
You just said...
Because you're a dwarf, you could was like, well, you're not a dwarf
yeah,
right now.
yeah, but, I'm not going to keep reading here. We're just going to, like, veto it, right?
No, keep going.
You take a step into the square of a foe that is your size or smaller, and the foe must move into the empty space directly behind it. The foe must move even if doing so places in harm's way. The foe can attempt a fortitude saving throw against your athletics DC to block your step. If the foe attempts a saving throw, unless it critically succeeds, it takes bludgeoning damage equal to your level plus your strength modifier. If the foe can't move into the empty space, if the space is surrounded by a solid object or by other creature, for example, your boulder roll has no effect. Hence my trying to move below these two guys here to bump them.
Where is this on your sheet?
Boulder roll.
5th level, okay. Your dwarven build allows you to push foes forward around just like a mighty boulder tumbles through the surrounding trap. Okay, so the opening sounds like flavor.
Yeah.
It's not because you're a dwarf, it's because you practically built like a boulder. So yeah, and then it says and then it gets into the actual dice. Take a step. Sorry, I took that opening as like with your dwarven frame. Yeah, no, you're good. Roll away. I can attempt a fortitude save.
No, I don't. They roll.
That's what I'm saying. I can attempt
make a fortitude save.
What now?
Attempt a fortitude saving throw against my athletics DC,
which is
how do you figure is your proficiency level plus 10, right?
10 plus, I think your athletics.
Your skill check?
I believe so, yeah.
27 then.
Okay.
Will be your
25. Fail.
Alright, so you have 11 points of damage.
And I yeet backwards as you right into me?
Yeah, because I take a step.
That's cool. And this guy takes 11?
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah. Wouldn't let me run into two of them, would you?
No, it says a target, a foe, first guy you roll. Somebody smaller than you, blah, blah.
Well, whatever square I step into, right?
Yeah, well, there's only one guy in a square. Now, there are creatures that can swarm, and that's 2 things in a square. As an action, any single square you can step into. It's not like path of movement.
But I'm large. I can step into 2 squares.
No. Because all squares are still 5 feet.
You're muted, Matt. Well, yeah, your step.
I think your movement's calculated from 1 square. You may take up 4 squares, but I think your movement is calculated from a single square.
Yeah, no, that's cool. All right. And
I still like the moxie of it. I'm big. I will roll. I'm sitting there going, this would be really cool if we could pull this off. But no,
All right. Sorry. No, that's cool. It still might be neat. So then my last
action. Nice pandering to the panel, but the DM says no.
Okay.
But you do get points for like, ooh, secretly DM hopes yes, but no.
Okay, and then my final thing.
God wait,
so that was
okay, so he takes 11 points and
now I would like to use make a grab. I want to try to bring this totem down with an athletics check. Use my tongue and try to wrap around the top of the totem and then pull it down and squish the people below it.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Okay. I'm giving myself cover because you're tonguing through 2 dudes, but it's only +1 really.
Well, they're small and I'm large, right?
And the totem's also large.
Oh, that's true. Still, I believe any creature blocking a direct path.
It'd be like my toddler's getting between me and my wife.
I know, but it's like going on the somatics. We've argued so many times. Goblins are medium now; they're small. Like anything that is relative in a square gives cover to the thing behind it, unless it's 2 sizes different, 10 sizes different. Pretty sure you can stand a guy in front of a barn and he gives it cover if you're going to try to hit the barn through the guy because you're adjacent to said guy.
Small, medium, large.
Joe,
cover in large creatures.
Yeah, these are small, and I'm large.
If a creature between you and a target is 2 or more sizes larger than both you and your target, that creature's space blocks the effect enough to provide standard cover instead of lesser cover.
Yeah, but what if he's the bigger one?
There's nothing about it so far.
Still, I'll give it to Ryan because out of that statement, because they're talking about like the domino stacking up, right? Like they're addressing it. If you just, pivot the angle around, he's big, it's small, it's big. Yeah, I'll give that to you, Ryan. You're good.
All right, cool.
I really do hate saying no to Ryan. It just happens too often,
And what he's doing right now is badass. The cinematography of that one.
To be fair, he is always coming off the wall, so you got to be ready to figure it out.
36.
36. Yeah.
Yoink.
Athletics.
And he yanks it out with his tongue. Woof.
Eat it.
It's very cool. He I attack you. Oh yeah, and that trap, disarm with the tongue. Like now, this thing used to scare the crap out of you guys. You're like, we'll get to it. Now it's an after, like a side effect. And with my final action, I guess I'll get rid of the trap.
Swallow whole.
That is the definition of a badass, Mr. Messsina. Hat off to you.
Well, I just try to do the cool looking scene there.
That was good. It's all good. Like I said,
Lightning
He
toad.
did wait like 2 full rounds to get used for that.
I'm so powerful. Okay. Holy crap. This guy in front of you drops bow. Retrieve spear for free. Retrieve spear as a single action and tries to poke you with it. Hello.
Run away.
Eat my spear. Critical miss. Costing him his third action. He tries to bring a spear to bear, and before you can line it up, your tongue knocks it out of the way as you reef around the thing. Just go. In the back, we have a guy scanning, covering, because they don't know how many targets, what, where, right? But now something has come to the forefront. It is a giant frog, and it's ripped a post out. So I got a guy sitting in the back here with a bow that was covering the roundabout, because they do know the lay of the land. They spread out, spread out, man, search for the bad guy. And he's been waiting patiently. So look, even our guy's waited a couple rounds. And I think our guy that waited a couple rounds, it's fitting that he terribly misses our guy that waited. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take another shot. Even at -5. I believe in this minion. Come on, Bilko. Another miss. I'm not going to tempt fate.
Time to fate later.
I'm gonna do a move, get a little closer here, but other than that, all right, fine. Next we have Glug Glug. Finish the round, finish the episode, make it look good.
All right, I'm going to 5, 10, 15 to have a good angle.
Okay.
And then hurl my spear at the same one I have been hurling at, unless he has cover. Does he have cover because of how I moved that? I've got a pretty good downward angle.
But because you're only 10 feet up in the air, and I have 10-foot reach, as you fly, you literally go by the squares I threaten, even though you're up, and I still have reach, he's going to take a swipe at you.
Oh, he's got to tackle.
I literally pulled out my weapon and tried to poke at this, and yeah, we know he's not going to hit you. It's just for thematics. He's not going to hit you, big guy.
That's true.
Just give him his moment. Just let him have his little day in the sun as he waggles.
Come at me, bro.
You're just like, oh, did you hit me? No, you didn't. You hit my steel toe. And a roll. And see, Joe, I'm not the only one rolling. 23, and I still miss Glug Glug. That's even worse than you rolling really badly. I'm like, these are decent numbers. That's my reaction.
It's the drugs, Jeff. The drugs.
So Glug Glug.
Going to attack. That's it. Looks like a hit. I get a 23 for 10 points of damage, and then it returns to my hand, so I'll attack it again. Ooh, nice. 27.
Okay.
Nice. For 11 more.
That second one really, really wounds him, and his hit points go from not a light amount of wounds, not a moderate, not a heavy, but you have critically wounded this guy, which means he's, below his 20-25% total.
Thank Gurgus.
Thank Kurgas. Yeah. And we will see you all next time. Because we actually spent 2 hours, but still have not finished this particular battle, unfortunately. Say goodnight, Glug Glug.
Good night, everybody.
Praise Kurgas. No? Well, we need a god because, because the Klutz has not been kicking it and cutting it lately. I don't know how many more C's I can get into that sentence.
Vicar's been good to us.
Is that his name? Kalen Kalelian?
Yep.
Good night, everybody.